Buongiorno, nerds. It's David again here at SDCC, and I'm with
Imogen.
also at SDCC.
Also here, yeah.
In San Diego. So we're going to go back to our plan and keep telling you guys about what's coming up each day, and we're going to do it day one, Thursday.
Well, day one and a half, really.
Let's say that. If you want to argue. So, what do you think? You want to start with the panels?
Yeah, so obviously the International Film Festival kicks off. And there's a whole different host of films there to go see, short films, mainly short films, some longer films during the day. More specifically, if you are a budding filmmaker, there is Comic-Con Film School, which always starts. That's like a yearly thing, and it comes in 4 parts across Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and each panel kind of tells you about a different thing. I know the first one is about pre-production, so that'll include like screenwriting, location scouting, equipment, stuff like that. So yeah, I would really recommend that if you want to kind of make cheap films, cheap but good films.
Which is easier and more well now than ever, I think.
Exactly. There's actually a lot of panels this year about making films kind of for less money. I know there's a great panel about making films on your phone, on smartphones, this year. So that might be an interesting one to go to as well.
One of the ones I was looking out for was Kim Horcher, who is Nerd Alert, and the Young Turks. She is hosting one for Boom Studios for webcomic creators.
Oh, cool.
Who bridge the gap for mainstream comics, which is room 28DE from 1 till 2. That'll be pretty good.
Yeah. So I think probably this year there's been the most in terms of like for kind of starters to get like whether it's comics, films, gaming even. There's a lot of stuff to be found if you are new to the game and you don't have much money to invest into it. So that's quite an interesting one. As for like big panels, obviously Fox is kicking things off in Hall H with Kingsman 2.
Deadpool 2 is going to be there.
Is that confirmed?
Apparently it is. I'm hearing it is. I know Kingsman 2 is going to be one that a lot of ladies would like to go to.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, well, there's Channing. Apparently he's quite popular with women. Kind of like him.
Yes, I think we generally do, yes.
Yeah, I don't really know who's completely in the film yet.
Colin Firth is going to be there.
Some women like him. Something about this one, Mr. Darcy.
And also the lead, Taron Egerton. He's a Welshie like me, so...
If you like that pretty boy, good-looking, rugged guy that can sing.
Everyone loves the Welsh, so we're good. So they'll be there, and I think that'll be a really fun panel, actually. And like as you said, yeah, it's a little bit unknown about what other films are kind of be shown, like little footage from maybe other films like Deadpool 2. I don't think any cast is going to be there.
Well, you also have like other things they have on the go. There's the X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
Predator Reboot, and there's apparently Attila.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't know much about, but that's on the go. And then another one that's big panel coming for me is one that kind of started the whole ball for me with this is Battlestar Galactica Reunion.
Yes.
It's popular enough.
Yes, I think that's probably my panel I'm most excited for. I've read a lot about this, about how Thursday, Ballroom 20, you can usually walk in. And I don't think it's going to be like awful to get in, but I would definitely leave a lot of time. Because there's some because you've not only got Battlestar, you've got, and I think actually for anyone going to the Battlestar talk, to pair it with the Sci-Fi Great Debate beforehand would be a really good idea. That Sci-Fi Great Debate is, debate, what's better, Star Wars, Star Trek, stuff like that. But it's going to have John Barrowman, Aisha Tyler, Orlando Jones, so like fan favorites basically. And I think people are going to want to go to that, and then afterwards you've got things like Legion, and you've got what else?
I'd love to go to.
But like I'm saying, like Ballroom 20, you've got a lot of, and Inhumans as well is on the same day. So for those that want to go to things like Battlestar, and Legion, I don't know, I wouldn't just count on it being a walk-in. I would go at one, maybe 2 panels before.
You kind of have to even have a chance.
Yeah, 100%. I think it might clear out after Battlestar a little bit, but not enough to just kind of walk into Legion.
And I think if it's your first year, you need to do Ballroom 20 or Holly, just one of them at least once.
Definitely. I mean, I'm kind of wanting to skip from Kingsman to Battlestar, and I don't know how easy that's going to be able to do, but it's a risky move if you want to do that. But yeah, I'm probably not going to risk it. But yeah, those Battlestar, I'm excited because they've got a good list of cast there. Hold on, let me just pull that up.
Yeah, who is it they've got? I'm curious.
They have, oh gosh, it's 2:30 that panel, right? Yeah, so 2:30, and it's going to be, they've got confirmed so far, Ronald Moore, David Icke, and then for cast, they've got Trisha Helfer, Mary McDonnell, Grace Park, Michael Trucco, Aaron Douglas. I feel like there's going to be more, though. Like, I don't know, I feel like we could get a surprise.
I think Eddie Youngs could be there. That would be a great one.
That would be amazing.
Because he really embraced Battlestar.
Yeah, he loves Battlestar. And I can imagine Katie Sackhoff. Also, can we point out that James Callis is in 12 Monkeys, so he could be there for that. I mean, can you really do a Battlestar panel without the man that started it all, Baltar?
And we do have one of our favourites will be there, at least we know Aaron's going to be there.
Yeah, Aaron Douglas is a fan favourite. So
for anyone who hasn't met him, it's a real experience. Yeah. He is fun.
He's very fun. So that'll be great. And I'm kind of wondering if they'll talk about the future of the series, because I feel like there's a lot of things in the works, and
there was stuff that could have been done.
Could happen. Yeah, exactly. It's always could happen, but away from somewhere like Ballroom 20, we have the Indigo, and Indigo is an interesting one because I think people always assume you can walk into Indigo, and you really can't.
I think the one good thing about Indigo Ballroom, anything in that area of the world, it's the Hilton Bayfront, isn't it?
Yeah.
Best thing about it, I think, if you are doing any pals in the Hilton Bayfront, is that because it's so isolated, it has the best toilets, the food, food and drink on site that's easy to get at. It is. Yeah. You can be very comfortable there, while in the other ones you may suffer.
Yeah. But I mean, the Indigo Ballroom, the thing that I would take care with is that even if you're quite close to the front of the queue with that one, it takes a lot of time to actually get that queue in, because you have to loop around an escalator and all this. So it actually is a lot of times you will literally be entering in from a queue and there will be a lot of empty space because it takes so long to get the queue in. I think probably a really popular panel in there tomorrow is going to be Anything Goes with John Barrowman. That's on from 11 to 11:50. I've been 2 years in a row to that panel, and it really is Anything Goes. Last year he was in heels, and it was amazing, and a tutu, and it was amazing. You will laugh, guaranteed, in that panel. If you love John Barrowman, go. If you don't, go, because it'll be funny and it'll be amazing.
What did we tell you about him yesterday? Proud sexual beast.
Yeah. And yeah, he'll also be on the sci-fi debate, so I mean he's got a busy day tomorrow, but yeah, I think that is gonna that's a really popular panel, so I don't know how difficult that one's. I've read that some people are gonna queue from 7 a.m. to get into that, and that's an interesting for an Indigo panel. For people are going to go that early. Yeah, exactly. That's going to go in. So yeah, I think it's the second panel of the day in Indigo, maybe the first. So yeah, that's going to be. I predict that might be more difficult to get into than Hall H for Kingsman, really. Yeah. There's the potential.
It would be a hard pick, because it's a great staple of Comic-Con recently, that one, but then Kingsman is Kingsman.
Yeah, so. Exactly, and they're on at exactly the same time, so.
More chanting from me.
Yeah. Have you got any other panels?
There's no other panels that we want to feel are worth mentioning. There's just so many of them out there. But I would like to say for other things as well that we missed it in the last one, is on Thursday Blizzard are opening their they make the video games that I was discussing with your friend last night actually. They're opening their own ice cream parlor.
Yeah. All about the ice cream.
Yes, it's it's run by one of their villains. just but who gives you a whole variety of two choices. You have an ice cream or a sorbet. They'll have a couple of guests there as well. I think Jessica Neger, who's quite big in the nerd world, she is going to be down there doing signs and things like that. So that's definitely worth checking if you're a fan of her or Blizzard. So and then all the other offsite stuff will be opening. Amazon's offsites will be opening.
Right, for TBS.
Not to mention that Gaslamp Quarter will just turn into Gridlock.
Yeah, it's going to be busy, definitely. Yeah, just before we move on to actually on-sites, just a kind of a quick shout out as well. This is maybe one of those hidden gem panels that you wouldn't necessarily think about going to, but I think it'd be really nice. There's a panel for Richard Hatch, his final role, Diminuendo. I think it'll be as well like a celebration of him because, I remember from my very first Comic-Con, I've gone to his panel every year, his Battlestar panel, every year I've been here. And, he's an amazing man. He loved that show so much.
He made that show.
Yeah, both times. And I think it'll be a really nice celebration of him. So yeah, that's on at 5:30 in room 24 ABC. So if you can make that one, I think that'll be a nice one to go with the Battlestar panel.
Oh yeah, it would be. It's especially the right things out.
Yeah.
Other than that.
Oh, and the Stargate as well one. That's also. So it's interesting because Battlestar's getting this big room in Ballroom 20, and Stargate has been put in the Grand 1 and 2 in the Marriott, which is I believe that holds 350. And there are definitely going to be more than 350 Stargate fans at Comic-Con. No cast has been announced for this one, which might be why. But if you're a Stargate fan, I think that's a good one to go to. That's on at 6 till 7.
Is it just Stargate, or is it going to be from the entire franchise?
It says that the title's celebrating the Stargate franchise. So
you've got the original film, which... That's special to my heart. It's considered like the original summer blockbuster by some people. Oh, no, it's like the beginning of the modern summer blockbuster because Jaws the original. But then you've also got the 3 live action series, the cartoon series, which is an abomination. Whatever games have existed, the books, everything. So yeah, there's a lot to go on there. So that'll be definitely worth checking.
And I think it's definitely the franchise. I mean, it's 20th anniversary of the premiere of SG1. But yeah, I think they're talking about the whole franchise. But it's kind of upsetting that it's not getting a bigger kind of celebration like Battlestar is.
I think it falls into a funny period in sci-fi history where it's like it's not considered one of the classics like Star Trek. I consider one of the moderns like Battlestar. It was sort of that middle period.
In between, yeah, exactly.
Like for me, it's summer I used to watch that in summer holidays.
Yeah, it's kind of like Farscape in that way. That fell into that same time zone of that might be why. So yeah, there's a lot of celebrations I think going on the Thursday. It's one as well I would say. Another one is the Lego Ninjago movie, which has been criminally put in room 6A.
Yes, I saw this.
I think everyone's upset about this. And they've got, like, the best cast going with them. Like, they've got, like, Dave Franco. They've got Justin Theroux, apparently, is coming. Well, that was the cast announced. And it's a small room. It's 6:45 to 7:45. It's going to be packed.
It's a big kids thing. My nephew plays with that type of thing.
But then I think it's an adult. Like adults are going to want to go because we talked about this yesterday about the Lego movie.
Yeah, I just never thought like this because this was I thought was separate from that, but
no, it's gonna. I think that's gonna be packed as well. So Thursday's usually like quite a quiet day, and I have a feeling this year it's just going to be a bit crazy for panels. But yeah, I think that's about it for panels. There's also really good stuff for writers, really good writing panels all day. So yeah, check those out. But yeah, I guess offsite, you're more about the offsites.
Well, yeah, because you've got Amazon, like I said earlier, then Blizzard's one, which is quite smart. Just in general, you've got the whole there's a sci-fi wedding, which is up behind. You've seen that? It's in the middle of Gaston, where you can't miss it.
Is that going where? Is that going in the old place of Dick's Last Resort? Because that's where Impractical Jokers was last year.
And if you're on the back of Dick's Last Resort, Mr. Robot's going to be opening tomorrow.
Oh, great!
And
Cool.
it's great. You'll probably see a lot of people handing out the stuff as well. Don't forget that every year you've got the free T-shirts, free badges, all being handed out. It's a minor thing, but all the local performers who are out there. Your favourite local performer will be back on Sunday, probably.
Who's my favourite local performer?
They've had several whores and going.
Oh my gosh, yeah! All the religious people will be back, being very angry at all of us nerds.
And
but
being ignored by
just ignore it or ignore them. Yeah, it upsets them more. Just a warning for anyone whose first Comic Con it is. There are a lot of protesters.
That's where Baptists tried to come one year.
Yeah, exactly, and and they're just using religion as an excuse, and it's it sucks, but just ignore them and don't engage. I think is the best advice to give. Some of their signs are not very nice. They can be quite offensive, but I just think
don't feed the trolls.
Yeah, stay away from that stuff. In terms of as well, I don't know if you class this as an offsite or not. I mean, it's not in the centre. You've got the Netflix screening happening at 10 o'clock in the evening.
You're offsite.
I mean, it's offsite, but you have to get tickets on site. So you're going to have to go to the pavilion in the morning to get tickets. You get in line. I think it might be a lottery, and if you pull, if you win, you get 2 tickets.
So may the odds be in your
yeah.
favour.
And it's going to be a screening for Death Note. I've heard that at the screening the cast will be there. There's going to be games. There's going to be giveaways. So yeah, I think that'll be quite fun actually. Because last year they did a screening of Designated Survivor in Horton that I heard was amazing, and I'm really gutted I didn't get to go to that.
I love the fact that you had a mini White House for that last year.
Yeah, exactly. That was pretty cool.
The final thing I'll mention, I think, just to check out, if you're about on Thursday and you have nothing better to do, Hilton Bayfront, the grass in front of it is always...
Yeah.
So 2012, when I was here, it was all the Batmobiles. Last year, it was... there was the bar for Sunday in Philadelphia. There was the bungee thing. There was the climbing wall. There was the little
that's
section
just
of
F Exhibition, which is back again this year, right? So
much to do.
Yeah.
And Adult Swim's further around the corner.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Wrecked thing, which is further around the corner as well.
Yeah.
They do. So yeah, that's I think it's worth talking about for Thursday.
Thursday there's also, I don't know if there's tickets left. Sal Volcano from Impractical Jokers, he's doing a comedy show in the House of Blues. He's hilarious on the show. I think his stand-up's great as well. But again, I think that might be mostly sold out. I don't know if they've released extra tickets. That's another thing. I also have, there's a couple other things on. Thursday nights actually, I think that might be one of the busiest nights for parties in the evening.
We talked about this because Friday and Saturday might be too expensive for the red light places.
Yes, exactly. Oh, you have the fandom party, which is, unfortunately, it's like an invite only. So, but there's tons of things to do. You've got, IGN and the Dark Tower. Right, this party's caused a bit of concern because they left the RSVP thing open for ages. So I think swarms of people are going to come to that. If you really want to get into that party, go very, very early. There's going to be free food, drinks, live entertainment, giveaways, but it starts at 8 p.m.
I would
be there at 6 at least. 21 and over, no hats or backpacks. There's also going to be, the Zachary Levi and the sci-fi fan parties.
First year without Nerd Insecure, but still, I understand why it happened.
And that's going to be that when's that going to start? I think that's that's 9 p.m. at the New Children's Museum. Again, get there early for that one because it's first come first serve. Another one is the Boom Drink Up in the Hilton Bayfront, where you can get a free drink on that one. First 1,000 fans.
Yep.
Get a drink. That again, everything starts at 9.
So go. There's no time for that.
Yeah, exactly. Go straight from panels to parties.
You won't be the most disgusting one in the room.
No.
Hopefully.
And also there is Rave of Thrones with Hodor.
Yes, who is a fantastic DJ.
Yeah.
I know, because Belfast.
Yeah. And I think that's yeah, there's a lot to do Thursday. I think this might be the busiest Thursday I've seen in about 6 years of Comic Con.
I think you use up most of your energy on Thursday alone, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday you just trail your way through.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good one. There's lots to do, so.
Okay, well then, hope everyone enjoys, and if you enjoy this, check out our Friday video.